You're doing everything right. So why does it feel like nothing is working? It's not your effort, it's what your effort is going toward. Here's a snapshot of your life. Okay, you're working, you're handling things, you're handling your children, you're trying to stay on top of it all, you're handling your business, the one that you own or the one that you manage, and you're doing and you're doing and you're doing. And instead of things getting easier, they stay hard. And here is where most people get stuck. They assume I need to do more. I've got to be more productive. I need to do better. I need to just spend more time. But that is not the issue at all. You are not doing the wrong amount of work. In fact, how could you possibly be doing more? You're focusing on the wrong type of work. And that's okay. Most of us do until unless we learn the hard way. And then we make a dramatic shift and then we help others do the same, which is exactly what I'm here to do. So currently what you're doing, or most of what you're doing and most of what you're spending your time on, falls into three categories. Reactive work, right? What does this look like? It looks like you're responding to things. You are in crisis mode. You are putting out fires. You are handling what's urgent. Right? The tyranny of somebody else is urgent, usually. And what does this do to you? It keeps you very busy. It keeps you constantly juggling and spinning all of the plates at the same time. It keeps you occupied in doing things for other people. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't actually move the needle forward for you. What else do we spend time on? We spend time on maintenance work. So this means we're keeping things running. We're keeping things running in our household. We're keeping things running in our business. We're managing the day-to-day life. Chances are you are the go-to person whenever there is an issue or a crisis or a tech support issue that you don't know how to solve. There's an internal issue, a staffing issue. That's just your business. Now shift to your family and your kids. There's an appliance that needs to be repaired. Something's going on with one of the kids, or they get sick, or there's an issue at school. You are managing the day-to-day because it is your responsibility to keep it all running. These things are all necessary, and they're all within the umbrella of your responsibility. If you are a solo parent, this falls under your umbrella. Really, all of it does. And these are things that are necessary, but for you, they are not growth. They don't produce growth or expansion for you as a woman or for you as a business owner. Here's the kind of work that's actually missing. Progress work looks like you are building something. You start here, and each day you are building a foundation, and you're building on top of that for something that is expansive and scalable. The right kind of work also looks like you're making decisions that reduce your future decision load or your future workload. And you do this by putting the right people in the right places. You know the saying, the right people in the right seats on the bus in your organization and your business. It means you're delegating with follow-up. You are not taking on tasks for yourself. It means that you are creating structure. You're creating it within your home and you're creating it within your business. And this here is what actually changes your life and starts to offload some of that pressure and starts to let you move into more spaces of freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, mental and emotional freedom. Listen, most solo moms are spending about 90% of their time in reactive and maintenance mode. And then we're wondering, why is nothing changing? Why do I feel like I'm working so hard and yet nothing is moving forward? Nothing is progressing like I want it to. Well, if you're doing everything, you're doing all these things, or you feel like you're doing everything and you're still not getting anywhere, this is why. Because you're spending a lot of mental and emotional and physical energy in certain areas that are going to stay static. Those are maintenance level issues. They're not building, creating, and expanding for you. It's not that you're not doing enough. It's that you don't have the space for the work that actually moves things forward for you. So this could look as simple as 30 minutes a day where you're not reacting and you're not maintaining. You're only working on something specific that moves your life forward. Just 30 minutes a day of this specific kind of work will create a trajectory for you that is built on compounding interest. This is like the analogy of the golf swing. I'm not going to get this right because I'm not a golfer, but bear with me. So you know how they say that just the slightest, most microscopic shift in the swing will change the trajectory of the direction of the ball massive degrees. Why? Because the smallest thing here can mean an outcome down the road in the distance that changes things vastly, that changes things on a massive scale, on a massive level. But if we don't carve out that little bit of time every day to create and to be in creative mode and to be in specific building mode, just 30 minutes a day, we will not see the compounding interest of that work. And it is compounding interest. When you do 30 minutes today, you've got the 30 minutes, then you've added, now you've got 60 minutes. And then over the course of days and weeks, that little bit of time and that exercise of spending that 30 minutes a day in building, creating mode is likened onto pushing the boulder up the hill. And at some point, my dear, at the top of the hill, after a series of that compounding interest of those little micro movements and those micro building sessions, that boulder's at the top of the hill. Pretty soon it's going to start rolling down. And when it does, it's going to build up momentum and traction and go faster and faster and roll easier. That's why it's so important to do this. Maybe it even looks like simplifying something. Is there one thing you can simplify? Is there one thing you can delegate or offload? Is there one thing, maybe the yard work? Can you get a neighbor kid to do that and pay them to do it? Can you just offload one thing this week that you can delegate, that's manageable to have somebody else help you with, or that you can pay them to do, that will create a little bit of this? If so, do that. And here's the shift. Instead of asking, what do I need to get done? Ask this instead. What would make tomorrow easier? So look at your day today and ask, what decision am I making over and over again that I can eliminate? What can I just put something on the schedule that's predictable and regular and plan it in advance so I don't have to think about it every day? Meals, same routines, scheduled work blocks. Reduce that mental load immediately. Again, these are not massive changes, but they create massive space and freedom. And that space is what allows things to finally start moving, finally start feeling like you're making some progress. You're not behind. You've just been stuck in a cycle that keeps you busy, 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 but not moving things forward in the way you envisioned, in the way you have decided you want your life to look. And once you step out of that cycle, everything starts to feel different. If this sort of resonated with you, please make sure you subscribe, because this is exactly what we're building here. We need a tribe. We need support. We need like-minded solo moms who own their own businesses or are CEOs and manage other businesses that are high capacity, that can support each other in real time. If you want help actually building and implementing this into your life, you can join Solo Boss Mom, and I would be more than honored to support you in that way. Love you so much, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.